Hey guys, it's Dua here. Welcome to our third episode of our summer series of Dua Lipa at your service. I'm really excited for this episode in particular. I haven't done anything like this before. This will be my first time cooking on camera. And cooking's something that I've always really loved doing. It's something that really brings me and my friends together. I love to throw parties and cook and just have people round and share this kind of experience with food. It's always been a big part of my life. My mum is exactly the same, and she likes to really cook intuitively, and she just like tries different things, and she can kind of look in the fridge and just make a recipe up. So what I'm doing today isn't necessarily a recipe that I've read or seen anywhere, but it's just something that I love making, that my friends love when I make. And so I'm going to show you how to make my famous roast chicken. So first of all, I'm just going to put the oven on to 240 degrees Celsius. I took my chicken out half an hour before, just so it's room temperature before I start cooking. And the best part about this is it's all in one pot. Anyone can make this. It's the easiest thing in the world. So I'm just going to get started. First of all, just going to take out some carrots, wash them, and get them prepped and ready. The same for my leeks as well. You can use any vegetables that you like. Sometimes I like to put beetroots in there. Sometimes I like to put, it really depends on like the season. Okay, so I'm going to chop my vegetables now. I like to take off the top and the bottom, or the bottom and the top of the leek. And I'm using a deep roasting tin because I like to put all the vegetables in there, and then on top I'm going to put the chicken as well. So you kind of want to have quite a bit of space in the pan. Last time I cooked this recipe actually wasn't very long ago. It was a really hot day in London and I had some friends over, and this was like the first thing that came to mind of what would be really delicious with a nice glass of wine to just sit out in the garden and enjoy with friends. So I'm chopping the leek halfway and then lengthways, and it's really nice because once they roast they all open up and become stringy and delicious. I'm going to chop up my carrots now, and I'm doing exactly the same. I'm going to chop off the top and the bottom, cut them in half, and then lengthways as well. And it's kind of perfect because by the time the oven hits 240 degrees, I should be able to have chopped up these vegetables and it'll be ready to go in the oven. But it stays at 240 to heat up, and then when I put the chicken in, it'll go down to 200. Roasting vegetables is also, for me at least, I think the easiest way for me to be able to get like my 5 a day. And then next up, I'm going to take out my onions. Now, what I love about this is it's so easy. It's also a good way to not cry when chopping up onions. Is keep the skin on. Basically, once the onion's completely roasted, the skin will fall off itself. So it's like a very easy way. But if you choose to not keep the skin on, wash the onion before you cut it, it doesn't burn your eyes. That's my little tip for you. It does help. These are my favorite. Garlic. In my house, honestly, you can't get enough. So as you can tell, there's a lot of garlic here. We'll see if it'll even fit the pan. But if not, I've put a pan to the side here for any leftover veggies that I still want to roast. More veggies, the better. What I do here is exactly the same as I cut off the top of the garlic. Just like that. That looks quite pretty. I don't take off the skin or anything, and I just pop them in. Garlic will do. Also, if you don't love garlic as much as I do, you don't have to use it. It does go really nice in the oven when it's roasted. It's like this kind of comfy garlic. So next, I'm just gonna unwrap this chicken, which I got from the butcher's. And again, I love just getting any meat produce directly from the butcher's. So I've placed the chicken on top of the vegetables, and I'm going to wash my hands now, first of all, for food health, safety. So first of all, I'm going to start off by taking out this extra virgin olive oil and just putting it all over the vegetables and all over the chicken. I'm being really, really generous with the olive oil. And then I take rock sea salt and I like to cover the whole chicken, and that really helps me get really nice crispy skin. And I like to put, as you see, salt all over the vegetables as well. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use my hands to make sure that all the salt is in all the little bits inside the chicken, around the chicken, and that it's like nicely coated. I'm giving the chicken a little massage. It's going to be great on the internet. And then of course I will wash my hands. Next up, I'm going to put pepper all over the chicken as well. A nice amount. Of pepper all over the chicken. I think that's perfect timing, because it looks like the oven's gone up to 240 degrees now. Gotta season the chicken really, really well. And next, I'm using rosemary and thyme. You can use any herbs you like, anything that you prefer. If rosemary and thyme isn't your cup of tea, I like to place some just here on each side by the wings. I like to use fresh herbs a lot of the time when I'm cooking, but it's entirely up to you and what's available to you. Fresh herbs just kind of leave a really nice aromatic smell, and I just find it extra delicious. I like to put a little bit of olive oil on top of the herbs, just so that they don't burn and also that they stick to the chicken as well. But this is just a little bit, it's almost like glue. And then the final step before putting it into the oven, lemons. Makes it really delicious and moist, the chicken. And what I'm going to do is stuff the chicken with the lemon. There we go. Oh, that's one in. And another one. Oh, yeah, it's in there. And then I'll just take some more of my leftover herbs that I have here and do the same and put it into the carcass. Perfect. So I'll wash my hands one more time and then get the chicken ready to go. So before I put the chicken in, I'll take it down from 240 degrees Celsius to 200. Okay, so now I'm going to pop the chicken in the oven. Good luck getting her out. So now I'm going to leave that on in there for about an hour and 20 minutes. That's how long it needs to be to cook. But I will take it out halfway just to baste the chicken and make sure that it stays really nice and moist. And that's it for now. Okay, so I'm back in the kitchen. We're halfway through the cooking process, and I'm gonna take the chicken out quickly just to baste it a little bit, and then I'm going to pop it back in for the remainder of the time that it has to stay in the oven. I'm going to put some protective oven mitts. Not very cute, but safety first, so very important. And it gets really, really hot, so I just want everybody to be careful whatever you're doing when it comes to cooking in general. So I'll do this first. Okay. Close the oven so the heat doesn't go out. I'll keep one oven mitt on, and I don't have one of those very special basting tools, so I come armed with a spoon, the largest one I could find. And basically I just tip it like this, and I get all these juices onto the chicken. As you can see, how like crispy skin is already. Pretty crispy and nice. And the garlic's looking good. Guys, this is the one. That's that. I might take a little bit of water here just to pop onto the vegetables so they don't burn. Just a little bit. So I'm just gonna pop the chicken back in and I'll see you for the finale. So we're back in the kitchen. Cooking time is done. I'm gonna put my oven mitts back on because you know how we said safety first. Turn off the oven, take out the chicken, and then we'll let it rest for about 15 minutes. Here we go. Roast chicken. Who wants some? Now that the chicken's all done, I'm gonna let this rest for about 15 minutes. It actually makes the chicken a lot tastier. I don't know too much about the science behind it, but it just becomes more juicy. So I'm gonna cover it up with aluminium foil and we'll leave that there for now. Okay, so the chicken's done. I've left it to rest. Now I'm gonna serve it. And I'm also on the side, I've made a nice little summer salad, which I'll be putting on our Service 95 socials. So you'll get to have the whole experience. I'm not really a professional at this, but basically I find the easiest way to cut the chicken is going for the breast first, and you get a really nice bit of the skin. The leeks have gone all really nice and stringy. As I said also earlier, when I was cutting up the onions, the skin just kind of falls off and you get left with this really nice roasted onion in there. And you can squeeze out some of the garlic, just like that. Do a nice little squeeze. You can pour some of the juice on as well to make it extra juicy. And dinner's ready. See you guys soon. Bye.